welcome to the commentary zone. Um, as you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that notification bell, subscribe, tell a friend. We really appreciate it. On the docket today, we have the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, um, Season 1, Episode 5, Stormy Waters. Good Lord.
I like the show. It just keeps getting better and better for me.
Yeah, because they're familiar faces in an unfamiliar situation, both for us and for them. So it just seems a little bit more real than their normal shows with their normal cast.
That's true. I mean, I think that they don't have anywhere to hide. They can't hide behind history on this show.
Oh, and it's condensed. Like they're
Yeah,
there
that's
for a
another
week.
thing, right?
They're there for a week, and we're on day 5. So yay. Um, Today, like I said, is day 5, and they're all getting ready for during the day, Kenya is hosting a yachting excursion, and then in the evening, Teresa is cooking for the group. Nice. By this point, I think Ramona has stepped on everybody's toes.
Pretty much.
Good Lord. Um, but in the morning, we see all of the ladies getting ready. Luann says that she did a walk of shame when she went in the kitchen and saw Michael's mom. Um, I had a different definition of walk of shame, but okay, Luann.
Right.
You go and you do you, and Michael and everybody else. Michael and his team are cleaning up the mess that these ladies made of the
That
villa
was
last night.
hilarious. That was so funny. He's like, "Oh my god, really?"
He's lucky that he ain't seeing Ramona's poop everywhere.
Right.
But in Cartagena, she left it on the way out when they were going back to the hotel, but he still has time. Um, let's see. Ramona is is this where she's talking to herself and she's saying that she's a kinder person and she's going to be keeping her mouth shut with Kenya?
Yes.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, "Where? How's that happening?"
But Ramona talks to herself a lot in this episode, and all of it sounds crazy.
Well, it is Ramona.
Good Lord. Um, she notes that she's not getting along with Kenya, but she thinks that she's getting on with the other ladies. Okay.
If you say so.
Let's see. So the house is a mess. Da, 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 da. Okay, so they load up into the 2 vans, and Kenya makes the comment that the van smells like someone was trying to cover up the smell of poop. So I automatically looked for
Right. So yeah, I'm like,
but she wasn't in that van. I think that they have kind of separated people who are not getting along.
right.
Um, so in the van, there a weird conversation pops up with Kenya saying, she likes to dress, when she's traveling. Her nanny showed up in, a branded outfit and she didn't like it. And Luann agrees with her. And Kyle is sitting there going, this is the most inane conversation I've ever heard. And I'm from Beverly Hills.
Right. She wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit older, but we always grew up saying, when you're traveling, you do dress decent. And then as I got older, I realized that, and knowing, being in hospitality and working with people in the flight industry, like, always dress like you sitting in first class, because if they need to bump somebody, they're not going to bump the person who's in cookie
Right.
cutters. They're going to put the person who's dressed appropriately in first class.
Right.
So yeah, and then I travel for business as well. So, well,
Yeah,
at
for
least I
you.
used to.
Yeah, for you, you might be getting off the plane and going
And
into a
going straight
meeting.
to a meeting. Yep.
Yeah, that
It
makes complete
happened.
sense.
So I understood well, not the part about the private jet thing. I didn't understand that. I
Right.
haven't gotten there yet. There's still hope. I got a little bit of life left. One of these days I might be lucky enough to do it. But did Kenya say something about how she had to write rules for how the nanny's supposed to
Nanny,
dress?
right. Yes, she did. And gave her an outfit.
Oh, well, you know what? If you have a nanny and you need her to wear a uniform, then I think that's the best route for you.
And my
How
thing is
bad was
like,
the outfit?
and my thing is, how often are you flying private? Are you talking about that one time y'all flew from Atlanta to South Carolina? Is that the one time you were talking about the private jet?
On the Delta connector?
Well, she said private jet, so we gonna go with private jet. Are you talking about that one time? Come on now. I'm just saying that's what my mind went to that. Like you don't have the coins to fly private like that from what you said. So are you talking about that one jaunt from Atlanta to South Carolina? Come on now.
Yes, Ryan, no bonnets when flying. I don't know. Anywho, yes, the conversation was strange, but could I, like, I'm not gonna show up um in yoga pants to get on a flight. I'm just not. But to each their own. Um, the ladies get to the boat. They get on board. They're enjoying their time. They're taking pictures, getting some sun, and then the paparazzi show up. Kyle is a little, she doesn't like anyone taking pictures of her inhaling a cheeseburger. She doesn't want them taking
Right?
pictures of her ass. But
Now
yet,
see that's different though.
she,
That for ass
she,
shots I might pose for.
but she gets on her back and does the splits.
Yeah.
Contradiction much, Kyle?
Like
Okay.
yeah, if they gonna take booty cheek shots, you might as well show it and make think it's the best side. I'd be like, hold on, let me turn to the left. You get this, so you get that good angle.
Oh my god. Um, it starts to rain. Everyone goes downstairs with the exception of Luann and Kyle until they really start getting wet. So they go downstairs. They start to eat. I was Ramona trying to suck up. Like, was her strategy instead of just staying under the radar, which is what I thought she was gonna do? Was it kissing up to Kenya, saying it was the best food of the trip and this is wonderful and da 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 da?
That's what Ramona does though. She gets in trouble with someone. Did she remember Luann said there's a couple it was Luann, I think Bethany might have said it too a couple years ago when Ramona gets in trouble with someone, what she'll do is that she'll act like that cat that you admonish and they'll go away for a little bit, then they'll come back and snuggle up under you and purr and rub against you. That's what Ramona does. That's what she does.
My god, it's she's so annoying, and it comes over as very fake. It really does. Um, but the reason why Kenya and Luann got into that conversation was because Kenya's planning this, photo shoot kind of TikTok thing, and she wanted everybody to dress up because we're going on a yacht, and
Mhm.
Ramona shows up in coochie cutters.
Dude, she looked like Daisy Duke's mama. I'm sorry, she did. She looked like I mean she I'm like she looked like Daisy Duke's mama, straight up
I wonder why she dressed down for this particular event.
for a yacht
Did
though.
she like? There were
I
so
was
many subliminal messages in her dress that I wasn't feeling it at all.
Like I'm gonna say it out there like this. The way she dressed like Kenya couldn't afford a yacht. There, I said it. She
Like they
assumed that
was going
Kenya,
out on a dinghy
right,
and she was gonna have to paddle.
right. That's the way I took it. Cause did you see the way everyone else was dressed?
Everyone was dressed really pretty
But here's the
with
thing, though.
changes of bathing suits and everything.
But here's the thing, though. Here's where I fault Kenya on this one. When you see someone in your group is not dressed appropriately, you as the group coordinator, I you have the right to tell them so that they're not dressed appropriately.
But did she give a dress code?
I you would I think what it is, you would think that some these ladies, like you're on the Real Housewives, you have money, you know better. Like you social climbed enough. Ramona has social climbed enough to know better. So I don't think Kenya thought she would actually have to tell someone like, "Hey, this is how you dress." I would have told her to change.
Okay, what do you think about Steven's comment?
Mm, I mean, she's been having a midlife crisis since she got divorced, in my opinion. If we're being honest, I think she does not know what to do with herself anymore.
She's way past midlife to be in crisis. This
Shut up.
end of life crisis.
I don't get her though.
She thinks she's dressing young.
Even youngsters not dressing like that.
Uh-uh. Inappropriate is always inappropriate. Ramona was dressed for an afternoon on a pantoon.
But but since we're talking about this subject, I have a question. Like my my thoughts. Like Kenya should have told her to go change, let her know like, hey, we're going to yacht. This is not really yacht attire. Like, what are your thoughts? Would you have said something, or would you just let it go? Because I don't think the reason why I say this is one is not appropriate, and she sticks out like a sore thumb, and that's not fair to her.
But
For
see,
me
this
not
is
to say
where the
something.
petty part of me comes in.
Okay.
Because you're going to be sticking out like a sore thumb, I'm going to just let you go ahead. If that's what you chose to show up in, knowing that we're going on a yacht, that we're doing this photo shoot and the TikTok and all of this stuff, you knew that we were doing all of this because everybody else knew. And that's what you chose to show up in. I'm gonna let you be.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you the petty spiteful part of me, and it'll be on the show. It'll be all over social media. How awkward and odd you look. Go ahead.
Well, I could respect that. I was just wondering, like, I would say something.
Especially
Now,
considering that there's been so much back and forth. If I was in Kenya's shoes, I, I wouldn't push that because I would be wondering if that is the reason why she wants to start something again.
fair enough.
So that was my only thing. Like, you want to look stupid? Go ahead. The rest
I
of us look
mean,
good.
she looked at oof. She was just giving me country road backwoods realness. I'm like, no,
Mm-mm.
no. Like you expect her to pop out of the General Lee at any time.
Oh, good
Just
Lord.
saying. Just saying. Crawling through the window and everything.
Jesus.
Ball
Not really.
balls hog chasing after him. Just
Because
saying.
you saw how she was struggling to pick up that shot glass on game night.
True.
They would have to drive with half of her in and half of her out of the car.
Yeah.
All right, so they go and they eat. And it comes up how Ramona speaks to caretakers, anyone who like
Mhm.
household staff, um, anyone in a service role in general, and how she speaks to them. And she doesn't think she has a problem until she sees the replay back of the season, and then she goes, "Oh," but she doesn't do anything to correct that behavior.
No, I really feel she's in that headspace of like, well, I'm just being me. and not understanding like just being you is affecting the group as a whole. And when your personality affects a group as a whole, you might want to look into that if multiple people are telling you.
Mm-mm. So then we have two little interruptions during this meal break. We have Cynthia telling everybody, that they should stop talking over each other because she really wants to hear what each of them has to say. And then Kenya, like Melissa and Ramona are talking while Kenya is speaking. And Kenya doesn't too much like it. And she asks Melissa if she's having a Ramona moment or something like that. Um, and she just checks them and says, that's rude.
Right. That was kind of funny though. She's like, you've heard the story before. I was like, oops. Well, speak on it.
um, Melissa thinks that she didn't realize that Cynthia was so serious, but she receives her. Okay, Melissa. Melissa then says that all of them are fame whores, and Cynthia says, No, she's not." I had to laugh at that. Cynthia was an international model.
Right. Like what? Are you serious?
Cynthia was an international model. She's on a reality show
Right.
and begging to be renewed every season. You're on this show,
Mhm.
Cynthia.
Like
Cynthia.
Cynthia got. Let's be honest. Cynthia got on the show because she was an international model. Like, when Tyra Banks is like, oh yeah, I remember her. She was known as the face. That's all you need to know. It's done.
Hmm.
Melissa, y'all begged to be on the show, and you only got on the show because of Teresa. So let's not do those type of things.
Hmm.
Give people, you give people their props where they're due. Cynthia's not the type. Cynthia really wanted to be famous. She could be famous if she really wanted that, but she's had that life. You, Melissa, baby cans, I like you a lot, but let me tell you, Cynthia's already been famous. Still is famous in the modeling world. People know who Cynthia Bailey is. You launched a cute little store. You tried a little cute Bravo singing career. You be fighting with Teresa every season. That's your storyline. This year you changed it up with having issues with Joe. That's cool. And you still aren't famous. So stop it.
Hmm.
Just
Savannah,
just
thank
stop.
you so much. We appreciate it. We love it that you like what we do. Love you. Aw. We need to give Melissa a sandwich. Oh dear. She But look, do you notice that in this particular episode, like Melissa really doesn't do anything much on New Jersey. Let's just call a thing a thing. And, Cynthia just, looks pretty. She's the cheekbones of Atlanta. But I'm just so shocked that Cynthia was able to get into an argument with every single person on this show. It's been fabulous.
Because because they expect her to be a certain way and she's not. They only see one side of Cynthia on the show. But when you get the other, like I'll try to tell people all the time, the way I look at this, um, each coin has two sides. So why do you think there's only one side to a person? You're gonna get a reaction based on um what you give that person.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So, hold on. Cynthia says in her confessional that she just needs to get through these last 3 days and she can't wait to go home. I think she hates every moment of this trip.
Everyone's working on her. Everyone's working her nerve.
And this is right after she got married to her husband. Like, I'm sure she would rather be at home with Mike than being
Right.
here with this stupidness. Um, so later on, we I guess the rain stops. They go back up, and Kyle asks Cynthia if she's good, and so Cynthia's response is, "We're good," and Kyle says, "Uh oh." kind of funny, but on my cast, whenever you ask Erica if she's good, she goes, "We're good," and it's usually not the case.
Right, but I want to go back to Cynthia real quick.
Hmm.
Do you think that Cynthia went in with too high of expectations, and that's part of her problem? Because the way it comes across is she went with some expectations like, okay, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna get to know these girls, we're gonna be super cool, this is gonna be fantastic, and what you see on TV, you're getting in, like in real life. This is how they really are, and
Hmm.
it can be kind of jarring to actually see like Ramona's actual antics up close in real life.
Hmm.
So I think that's what's annoying her.
I think that she thought that there would be more like a kumbaya thing, like sleepaway camp.
Right.
Because a lot of times Cynthia's thinking is very childish and immature, or she's like thinking the best of people. Um,
Pollyanna type,
yeah,
Pollyanna type situation.
yeah. And I think she came into it thinking it was one thing. Like I think she goes prepared for Real Housewives of Atlanta's trips. She comes prepared, she knows what she's supposed to do. And in this instance, like her normal role isn't there. So I think she's
Hmm.
off kilter. And things well, let's just say her relationship with Kenya is fractured, and I
Hmm.
don't think she feels like she has any support. So she's off balance, and that's why she's coming over that way to all these people. And quite frankly, if you don't really know them, who cares?
Right. To me, I would just go there, enjoy myself, and then whoever I get along with, great. Whoever I don't, I don't. After 8 days, I got to look at you no more.
I think that's how Melissa's seeing it. Melissa is just like happy to be away from Joe and Tarzan for a whole week, and it's a paid vacation for her.
Exactly. I think Melissa has the best outlook of the trip of all the ladies. Because
Mm.
she's gonna be trying to get into any fight. She's basically there. Look, I'm here. I'm having fun. This is what it is. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Mhm. Mhm. Let's see. Oh, I don't bake. I can buy some. I can go to the Italian market and buy some really nice Christmas cookies. And I'll make sure that I don't get the ones with the sprinkles because we all know
Right.
Teresa throws those away. Um, Ramona is painful. Yes. Let's see. Kenya comes and introduce her game. And it's called Who Said That? And she got her assistant to compile a list of shady things that each of them have said on their shows. So, what they have to do is read out what was said and then guess who said it and to who they said it to. Wow, this is a lot, but
Mhm.
Cynthia jumps up. She wants to be first. She reads out something and she guesses wrong. Um, when in truth, in fact, she guessed that Ramona said it to Luann, but it was the other way around. And this kind of starts the meltdown.
That was. Here's the thing. I understood both sides of the coin on that one because, like, with Luann, everyone told her, "Don't do it, girl. It's a bad look. He's not. He's not the one." Everybody told her, but she was being stubborn.
Mhm.
Now, Ramona going to dig up dirt. I mean, when you put it in that context, it sounds really, really bad. Like you're trying to sabotage her relationship. But I obviously Ramona's like, look, I was just trying to look out for you. Like we all knew he was a bad dude for you. We all said it. We all knew. So on one hand, Ramona, like I see where you're coming from, but you were messy while you were doing it. Let's just call a thing on that. She was being messy.
Yeah,
A
because
messy friend.
yeah, basically Luann and the guy who's Tom
Tom,
married, and he went back to his old girlfriends and gave them Cartier bracelets, and Ramona went and dug up this information. So by this time on the boat, she is a bit tipsy.
but he remember he gave all of them the same Cartier bracelet though.
Right. And I'm wondering which one he gave them. Probably the love
Right,
triangle.
right,
I would take it too and then sell it.
exactly.
That's some coin. But I could see what Luann was saying, that that was like really dirty. Was what Tom did right? No. But what you did was you went and contacted those ex girlfriends. You ain't even asked Tom. You went and contacted those ex girlfriends and then came back with the dirt to tell her. Child, I just don't know.
I mean, but here's the thing though. Would it have been appropriate to ask Tom, friend or not? Would that
I
be an
would have
appropriate
asked him.
question? Mm.
I would have said, word on the curb is that you getting out free Cartier bracelets. Where's mine?
So if do you think Luann would have a problem with that though?
Of course, she was gonna have a problem with it no matter
Either
what.
way, right? Okay,
No
that
matter
was what I
what.
want to know.
But I would have told her what the word on the curb was and let her go and either carry that baton or just let it fall to the ground. That would have been her business because that's her relationship. I would
Okay.
not have gone and called the girlfriends. It's not like I'm involved with Tom. You see what I'm saying? Like that should have been
No.
up to Luann
Hmm.
to confirm whether he's giving out Cartier, and then go, well, where's mine?
That's completely true.
But Ramona,
So do you think Ramon was just being messy?
yes, and
Okay.
purposely hurtful. You know what that reminded me of when I heard that? Remember when she was walking with Brittany on the not Brittany, Bethany on the bridge, and she
Right.
was like, "You'll never have a successful relationship," or something like that. She said something like totally mean and nasty, and
That
it
she's
was
alone
so
and she'll always be
uncouth.
alone. You have Jason,
Yeah,
now you'll probably mess that up too.
yes. Why? It's like she always adds that little final piece of, the smallest piece of poop that falls out of your ass at the very end of a hard shit. That's the nasty little like condiment that she tops her verbal diarrhea with every time. It's like you just you go right up to the edge, and then you say, well, fuck it, let's just go all the way over. And she has and it's gotten worse since her divorce. And I wonder if like she's of the opinion, well, I'm miserable, I might as well make everybody else around me miserable. I don't know. It's just so weird. But you know Luann, as usual, is just like, well, whatever. I'm just letting you know that I thought that that was not nice. It just wasn't.
Hmm.
And so then Ramona turns to Kyle and whispers, well, she slept with Tom the first night that she met him. And Luann
Right.
hears it and rolls up on her.
Like, whoa.
Um, I'm a reservoir. Wait, what's this? Then she justifies it with, I get it wrong. She is awful. Yes. And it's just repetitive behavior. She has never, ever improved. She's just gotten worse.
It's because people allow it.
People
It's,
like Luann.
yeah. I mean, you condition people on how they're going to treat you. So Ramona's treated you this way for a long time, and yeah, you say I let things roll off my back, yeah, 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 and that's your fault because had you cussed her out the first time, like Bethany would just read her and cuss her out at every point in turn, Ramona will back down.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Dorinda. Dorinda get mad, cuss Ramona out, and back down.
But
Luann doesn't do that.
did you see when Luann like gets on her? Teresa says, but they're married. How does that justify anything? No, that
Yeah, it
he
doesn't
married her. He
doesn't
married
matter.
her. I don't know.
Marry her and cheating all the way up until they got married. Okay.
And even after, like he never stopped.
But see, we have to realize with Teresa though, she still has those old ways of mentality. You stick by your man, this, and that. Because remember the rumors of when Juicy Joe was out there cheating, and he was on the phone with the chick.
Yep, the hot mic.
Yes.
And then
So
Jacqueline came in and said that the story about him with the assistant on the desk at work.
right.
Child.
I mean,
And she's
just
still crying.
saying. Yeah.
Isn't there rumors about her current boyfriend?
I haven't heard anything.
I think so. I think it's going to be part of their next season.
Gotcha.
The storyline, yeah.
Yeah, the whole he married her means nothing to me.
Mm-mm. Um, Kyle is there. She's officially Ramona's babysitter. She's trying, like somebody need to get some hooked on phonics or something for Ramona so that maybe she can understand what is being said to her and maybe she can retain it. Um, Teresa says that she really doesn't think that Ramona is a real friend. Um, in one of her confessionals, she was like, "Yeah, you don't do that, or you wake up with the horse's head or something," and she laughed it off. But I like to see that part of her personality where she can make a joke, and it's not always so serious with her. Um, uh, and then Ramona does like the 180 flip. Ramona realizing now that she's put her foot in it with Luann, and she then says, "Oh, but I really want to be more like her. I want to be more sexually free like Luann." But what you're really saying is that Luann's a hoe.
Correct. Correct. That's what it is.
And then she says something about how she's a girl's girl or something like that, and Kenya falls out and says, "I'm dead." Like she
That was
literally hit the
hilarious.
ground.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Oh, oh, thanks for joining us, Van. Um, that's normal for Ramona. My God, like this one little scene was so jam packed with foolishness. It really was. But when Kenya gets up, Ramona tells Kenya, calls her a B, and tells her to f off, and Kenya flips out. Kenya grabbed her Ramona's hand and the drink goes flying. It's not a good look. But Kenya says that Ramona triggered her. And, it's like how her husband Mark used to talk to her, and she would never stand up for herself. Child.
I have a question for you on that, and I was thinking about this morning. To me, it sounds like Kenya has some sort of PTSD from her marriage.
Um,
If it triggered her that much, like that's what came across to me. Like being married to Mark was a very traumatic experience, and then you combine that with her, the marriage falling apart. Because I think at the end of the day, all she really wanted was a family of her own, and she thought she had that. And um he was mean slash cruel to her, and the way she's responding is not proportionate. So that just tells me there's some deep issues there. Because even if she mentions Mark, she tenses up.
do I think that they had this? I do think that their marriage was toxic. I really do, and I think she internalized a lot. Um, and how she releases that, it's of a concern.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I would have to see her interacting with her normal cast,
Okay.
because if it's PTSD, she'll lose it on anybody. And I'm not sure if she would lose it on the girls from Atlanta.
Okay. That's fair.
There is a big difference between Kenya pre-marriage and Kenya post-marriage. I
Agree.
never thought that I would have seen Kenya do this. She is one of the most controlled individuals ever. And that's from that pageant training.
Mhm.
Um, Something happened. Something happened. This trip was a lot for her because she went to court during the trip. He sent those weird text messages during the trip. Um, what what did what did she say that triggered her so much, or was it how she said it?
It was the tone. It was a pure tone reaction.
So is this how she reacted with Mark, or did she just sit and take it?
No, she sat and take it because he would say like even on camera he would just say some just out of line stuff, and she wouldn't say anything. And even the girls remarked about that because it was at a party. For some reason I think it was at somebody's white party for some reason, and
Mm-hmm.
he was just saying some just out of line stuff, and they were like, well, where's the clapbacks for Mark? You got it for us every time. Well, where's the same energy for Mark? And she would just never say anything. Like I think she might have overheard him, or was a hot mic saying like, "Oh, I don't like being married" or something.
Or that was a charity event, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like an event or somebody's party. Yeah, but she would never say anything. And even because even Candy, I think Candy and Cynthia remarked on it how with them, like she's Kenya, but
Mhm.
when she's with Mark, it's nowhere near the same energy.
Was she being submissive to her man?
I don't think so. I just don't see Kenya being a submissive person. Sorry.
So then what accounts for the complete loss of control? Because again,
Trying to hold on to something you've wanted for your whole life and you never thought you would get.
and you let Ramona trigger you? Oh my
It
God.
wasn't Ramona. It was the way. It was the tone in which um in which Ramona spoke to her, reminding her of Mark, and like I think it got to a point where she realized like she allowed herself to be treated that way. I think she would blame Mark for everything, how she was treated, how she felt, this and that. But I think as she went on, she realized like what? Yes, he did these things to me, but I allowed it. And
Hmm.
then what happens is when people, from what I've experienced, when people get to realization that they've been treated poorly and they're the main cause of them being treated poorly,
Hmm.
once they get to that point, they overcompensate. So
Mm.
instead of being like meek and kind of docile, it's like Rambo stage 5. So that's what Kenya's doing, in my opinion. She's gone from meek and submissive to Rambo.
Yeah, but she walks away. Um, she gets herself under control. Oh, but before she does, let's see. So hold on. Ramona, she jumps into Kyle's lap. She's acting all scared. Melissa says that Kenya goes from 0 to 100. Kyle has not seen this other side of Kenya, and she's now understanding, the gossip about Kenya. Cynthia says that no one's snatching anything out of her hand. Good friend, Cynthia. But then again, what's done to you, it's fair game to do back. So good for you. Kenya then turns around and calls Ramona a peasant and that she herself is an icon. Child.
Hey, go on, Icon, go on.
Ramona says that Kenya has had a thing for her. Oh God, whatever. Um, when she's downstairs, she says that the way that Ramona speaks to her is a trigger because of how her husband spoke to her. Melissa tells Kenya that oh, I didn't like these words. I didn't like these words. When Melissa told Kenya that she's very strong and domineering, I'm like, you basically calling her an angry black woman. Girl, bye.
Right.
Stop.
Exactly.
Ah!
I said, yeah.
Oh my God. Kyle tells Ramona that she needs to apologize to people. And so, like, Ramona's like, who? And so Kyle tells her, you need to apologize to Luann and you need to apologize to Kenya. Um, it's just very uncomfortable after that. Because Kyle and Ramona try to join the other ladies, but Kenya walks away. And I think this is the best thing for Kenya to do until she is
Hmm.
fully under control. Um, Ramona gives a fake apology to Luann, and Luann is accepting yet again. Um, and she tells her that BS about how I want to be more sexually free like you. I admire that. And then she says, well, your relationship was a train wreck anyway. And Luann is just like, oh my God, again, that
Right.
little
That one
fine
last little
thing.
thing.
Ah. So yeah, so Luann walks away from Ramona as well. Um then they get a little stop where they can go and swim. At one point, there was a boat full of men sailing by that was whistling at them. Uh, Good for them. Let's see. Kyle changes her swimsuit. I was surprised she was in the water with the dolphin and she didn't really care. Normally, she doesn't like things in the water with her.
True.
Mm. They get in there are two dinghies. All of the women pile into one, and Ramona's in the other one by herself. No one wants to be with Ramona.
Nope. That was hilarious. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm
And
not, but
they sail over to a sandbar to do a TikTok dance routine. And it is the worst dance routine I have ever seen. It is
they
no
tried.
one says no, no, no. It was not a good try. It was not a good try.
I said no. I didn't say good try. I said they tried.
Oh,
Yep.
no, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
No one, like, it was almost as if no one was playing music in the background. So everybody was just listening to something in their head.
Hmm.
Everybody was off. Everybody had no rhythm. It was just very, very weird. But good on them for trying. Okay, I'll give you that, Jamal. Yeah, they tried.
They tried. Not
Um,
well, but they tried.
they get back to the dock. On the ride back to the villa, Teresa says she doesn't want Ramona in the kitchen with her because it seems like Ramona was hinting at this previously.
Hmm.
Um, Teresa, this is Teresa's night. She's making an Italian feast for everyone. She's doing homemade meatballs with red sauce and chicken parm and pasta. I'm like, yum, 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 yum.
Yep.
She's got the antipasti, the course. She's got a pasta course, the meat courses. Like, I'm down for this. I'm down. Um, let's see. So she's in the kitchen. Like, before they left, I guess she spoke with Michael's mom on like all the ingredients that she needed and what she was doing. And so when she came back, she started doing everything. Um, you could tell Teresa was in her element.
Yes.
All we needed was Joe to fly in and be in the garage making that homemade wine. Remember he used to do that?
Yeah. I know. I remember.
Ah, and Rosie used to come over and drink it with him in the garage. Oh, I miss her. Aw. All right, so Ramona comes to the kitchen and starts begging for food. I don't know why she, like, does that make her feel special that she has somehow previewed something that everyone else hasn't?
I think so. Like
It's
I got the
annoying.
I got to taste it first.
And then what was she doing? Like those noises, and it was revolting. It ruined the food for me, quite honestly. Mm-mm. But then Michael comes and saves the day and says, Ramona, we have hair and makeup. They're here for you. And she's like, oh no, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to just go to dinner. I'm fine. I don't need it. And he's like, no, but seriously, you've got a piece of blue thing running through your hair. And she's like, wait, what?
That was so funny.
She does look like she was rolling around in the sand for the whole day. Like, did she even rinse off the salt water off of her skin? Like, because even if she didn't go into the water, if you're on a boat, you're in the sea air.
Hmm.
All of those salt particles are all over you. You're grimy.
Right.
I'm just like, girl, you don't even look like you took a bath. You didn't comb your hair, that's for sure. Gross. Ugh. She says that she now I heard multiple times that she ordered the for the hair and makeup to come. I heard 6 and I heard 6:30. Which
Hmm.
time was it, Ramona? So then we find out that the woman needs her money from the other night because Ramona didn't pay her. Ramona says, I need to go find my phone. Spends 20 minutes going around the house looking for her phone. Goes back. Like, I don't understand why that woman stood there waiting, knowing that she had another client. Like, they're all in the same house. I would have went and did my other client and then came back and talked to Ramona afterwards about my point.
Right.
It's just ridiculous. And then we come down to dinner. And well, because of all of that foolishness, Cynthia was late with getting her makeup done because her slot was supposed to be right after Ramona. Ramona screwed it up, and basically, the girl gets there with 5 minutes to spare. She comes down, she apologizes to Teresa privately and explains what happened, and then goes and ruins the dinner by bringing it up again. God. But I jump ahead of myself. I did think that the toast that Teresa gave to all of the ladies was wonderful. Even the one to Luann, who she took offense to it.
Right.
Um, I thought it was really sweet that she individually had something special to say to each and every one of them, including Ramona. Oh, God.
Ramon's just a wreck.
She is a wreck. She Hurricane Ramona. This episode was Hurricane Ramona. She demolished everything, or she caused, like, she had like water spouts that shot off through her hurricane that came and finished off the disaster after she plowed through it. It was just ridiculous. Uh, I do think that Cynthia, if you're making that much of a big deal about the hair and makeup, I'm gonna need you to go in on Ramona.
Hmm.
I really am, because you were just playing around with her and you weren't effective at putting her in her place.
You were trying. You were like there are some times where you how can I put this? It's like you want to have a day off, but you got to go in. So just go full bore and just let her have it. Quit playing nice.
It was painful. It was truly painful, that dinner. At one point, Kenya gets up and walks away. Um, she can't take Ramona. And Teresa's thinking like real old school. She's like, wait, if my father was here, we couldn't get up from the table until everybody was finished eating.
Mhm.
Um, Kyle goes after Kenya. But Kyle is sitting there and she's like, you know, so what, you didn't have eyelashes. You just come on down. It doesn't matter. Glam doesn't matter. But on some of these franchises, glam is a thing.
Oh, it's a huge thing.
Yeah, and even on your franchise, hello, Door It.
Right. Y'all had a whole like season long argument over glam.
Exactly.
Season
Like,
long arguments
it's
over glam.
ridiculous. And Erica herself, she was the one that used to roll four deep with her glam. So I'm not sure why you're not understanding this, Kyle. You have divas on your franchise.
Beyond divas. Let's be honest.
It's just, and I wish Kenya had spoke up, but then again, I remember she's probably still salty that um on the boat that Cynthia couldn't remember when Ramona insulted her.
Right.
So why speak up now? I'll do it in the confessional. There you go.
True.
I'll throw her a bone. Um, da, da, da. And then what really tips Kenya over, which causes her to walk away, is when Ramona wants to know why everyone is talking about her, and if they don't have, like, if are they so bored that all they can do is talk about her. And Kenya thinks that that's insulting to the rest of them.
Yep.
It
She's
is.
not wrong.
It is. Um, Kyle gets Kenya to come back. She apologizes to Teresa and says, I really wanted to come back and support you. It it was a jam-packed episode. Kenya also apologizes to all of the women for her behavior on the boat. She says it's not her normal, way of doing things, that she can curse you out with her words, and she's never been physical, and she apologized for that.
Mhm.
But then Ramona has wandered off, talking to herself all over the house, and Kenya says she thinks that Ramona's insane. She needs her dementia medicine. Uh, and Melissa's like, "Is that a read?" Yes, that was an epic read to end the episode.
It was
Mm-mm.
good.
It was good. But I want to see how this energy carries over into the next episode.
Right.
They're on day 5, so they have 8 days or 7 days.
I thought it was 8 days from what I understood.
Oh my God, 3 more days. Um, well, wait, hold on. Because I heard somebody say on YouTube earlier that it's 7 episodes, and the eighth episode is something with Watch What Happens Live.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a sucker episode.
Gotcha.
So we might only have 2 more days.
Gotcha.
So, guys, this was it. This was the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Season 1, Episode 5, Stormy Waters. Hurricane Ramona blew in and destroyed everyone in the Triton Villa. Jesus. So, any final thoughts, Jamal?
No, we're good.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. I hope all of you guys were able to give us a little thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And please like, comment, and share. We love all of you in the live chat. Your comments are always so good. And hello, everybody in our replay crew. Can't wait to see the comments from today's shows. All right. So, Jamal, does that wrap us up?
We're good. On to episode 6.
Yep. That'll come next week for sure. Ah, so until next time, my friend.
But of course.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.